explorers. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. So, today we are going to begin with an amazing chapter from your storybook, that is The Elves and the Shoemaker. So, as we all know, that kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. So, in this story, we are going to talk about how a poor shoemaker's life transforms overnight. So, let us read the chapter very quickly and unreveal this magic. So, first of all, we have some moral values given in the blue box. Let us grab them very quickly. So, good deeds can be done in a variety of ways. So, they are saying that we can do good things or the positive things in many ways, right? We can feed poor people, help orphans, teach poor children, help people with disabilities, donate money and other basic goods to NGOs, help the homeless, feed the street dogs, etc. Right? So there are such number of ways by which we can make our good deeds count, right? Just like we can offer some food to the people, to the poor people, right? We can provide some of the mandatory furnitures that are required in the orphanages or in the NGOs, right? Sometimes we can provide some shelter, some food, or the basic requirement things to the people who live on street, right? Sometimes we can provide the food to the street dogs or any kind of the street animal, right? They make us count in the good deeds. Yes? So, we should help others as much as possible. So, as much as we can help others, we should do that, right? So, moving ahead. So, what happened? The scene of an evening has been described in the beginning of the chapter. So, one evening, what happened? That a shoemaker was actually sitting on his bench and he was cutting the pieces of leather so that he can make some new shoes. Now, who is a shoemaker? A person who makes shoes, right? So he was sitting on his bench and he was cutting the leather. His scissor was working snap, snap, making sounds, right? And he was trying to make a new pair of shoes. But suddenly he got very tired and he thought that he will be making them tomorrow, means the next day. And now, as he was very much tired, so he thought that better to have his dinner and wake up tomorrow and continue the work as it is, right? But as he went to his home, he asked his wife that what is there for dinner tonight? The wife, the poor wife, very sadly said that there is only bread in the cupboard, right? And the cupboard was empty. Empty means there was nothing, right? Empty means nothing, that there was nothing present in the cupboard. Now, the shoemaker and the wife, they really felt bad and they went to the bed as it is hungry. Hungry means urge of food, right? Hungry means the urge of food. So they were feeling very much hungry, but they did have nothing. So they went to the bed as it is hungry, right? After that, the next morning, when the shoemaker woke up, he straight away went to his shop and he was like very much hungry and very much weary. Weary means he was irritated, right? Weary means irritated. he was irritated because he was feeling very much hungry, but they were having nothing at home, so he was feeling very much hungry as well as weary at that time, right? Let's move ahead. Now, as he went to his shop, he was really shocked that who made them? Just he asked the question that who made these shoes? Now, the shoemaker was so much in wonder. Wonder means he was actually in shock. And he called his wife, and they both discussed that the shoes are really beautiful and they have two, two tiny stitches on it, right? And they were really shocked that who could make shoes like this? Asked his wife. His wife also asked him that if not you, then who made these shoes? And they're too beautiful because the stitches of that shoes were very tiny and clean, right? So the shoemaker now opened his workshop and they both saw a big surprise over there. Right? It was actually a beautiful pair of shoes which was kept on the bench. So now what happened? When they were actually being surprised by seeing the new beautiful shoes, suddenly there came a customer by being attracted with those lovely shoes and he bought them. And the shoemaker also sold those shoes, the beautiful shoes, at a very good price. And the money that he got after selling the shoes, he bought some leather for making new shoes and he also bought some food for his hunger, right? And at that night, after selling the shoes, the wife also made soup with bread in the dinner, right? And as he had his dinner, the shoemaker again went to his bench and he started making the shoes. Now, the shoemaker was very hardworking and he was making his shoes, but suddenly he felt that he was really tired and he stopped his scissors there and he went back to his room saying that I am really tired and I'll stitch these shoes tomorrow. Now let us see that what happened the next day. So now what happened? The next morning there was much bigger surprise than the earlier one that was waiting inside his workshop. And as he reached his workshop, he saw that this time there were not one, not two, not three, but there were four pairs of shoes that were kept over there and they were really too good. They were beautiful and with tiny stitches. So now the wife and the shoemaker both were confused that who is the one making these shoes, right? And who can make the shoes in such a finest way that their stitches are too tiny, they cannot be seen, and the shoes are looking so pretty and so beautiful. Now, people were actually queued outside his shop, right? Queued means they were standing in a line. Standing in a line. So they were standing in a line outside the workshop and they were really excited to buy the beautiful shoes. And very soon the shoemaker sold all the four pairs of shoes at a very good price. And again, then he went to the market to buy some more leather of different colors, right? And this time it was actually different colors leather, and again he did the same thing. He cut the leather into pieces at night and after that he went to sleep, right? Now let's see what happened next. So the as the shoemaker went for a sleep, then The next morning, when they woke up, they again went to their workshop, and this time they didn't saw four beautiful shoes. They actually saw six pairs of beautiful shoes that were kept on the bench. Now, the wife was literally in a dilemma that how is this possible? Who is helping us, and who is the one making shoes for us, and who is the one working so hard for us? Right? So the wife decided that we should hide in the workshop for today's night, and we should find out and look after that who is the one who is performing all these activities for us. So they hid in the workshop for tonight, and as the clock struck 12, the two tiny elves came inside from the window, and they were as tiny as the shoemaker's fingers. They were two tiny elves, and they sat on the bench near the shoes, and they started working, and they made the colorful shoes using the red, green, and the brown leather. And they worked for a whole night. They prepared the shoes for the shoemaker, and then they left. Now, let's see what happens. So, now what happened? As the shoemaker and his wife got to know about the elves, the wife came out of the hidden place and told the shoemaker that I have never seen this kind of elves in my life. So they also saw that the elves were actually in a very tiny and worn out clothes, right? Worn out means their clothes were torn or teared, right? The clothes were teared, and she also decided that she is going to stitch some new clothes for those elves, and the shoemaker also made little tiny shoes for the elves. So now they kept those things prepared by them over there only, and the next day when the elves came to to their workshop, they were really delighted. Delighted means they were really happy by seeing the new clothes and the new shoes, new boots, right? And they put on their new clothes, they put on their new boots, and they started dancing with joy, right? And after that day, the elves never returned to the shoemaker's shop. From that day onwards, shoemaker started preparing the shoes on his own, and every night whenever shoemaker goes to his bed, he whispered a thank you to the elves. Whispered means in a low, soft voice, right? So that was all about the chapter. And by reading the story, we got to know that love multiplies what generosity sows, right? So, follow us for more heartwarming stories, moral stories, and the timeless wisdoms. Do like the video, subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you so much.